Do you want the best fan-made content for this Premier League season?
Bring in that real fan experience. Want to see some crazy?
Wherever you are in the world,
bringing you the latest opinions
and fan reactions.
Back again.
Welcome to FanPark Live.
Brand new shows every week.
UFF are going hard this year, you know. So make sure you lock in.
Come on!
Get all your football news as it breaks with Football Flash.
Hello and welcome back to FanPark Live. Liverpool 5, Arsenal 1. The Gooners have been absolutely smashed. Liverpool look like absolute champions. There is no doubt about it. They are the best team in the league right now. Mo Salah, Firmino, Mane, absolutely every single one of them turned up today. We want to hear from you on 0203 606 0315. Have Liverpool just won themselves the Premier League title? 9 points plus at the top of the league. No one playing the type of football they are. Nobody touching them defensively. Can anybody stop Jurgen Klopp and his men? Give us a call now. Whatever platform you're watching on, please smash the like button, hit the share button as well. I'm joined in the studio by resident Gooner, Adam Childs. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I've been better.
Yeah. I know you've got a bit of a cold, but
yeah,
let's put it bluntly, to review that game, you're just being touched.
Yeah, like I won't even make that reference. It's not the time for jokes. I've been touched. Arsenal got touched today. Yeah.
I mean, listen, how are you, just before we talk about the game, how are you feeling right now? Describe the sensation, the emotion that's coursing through your veins.
I feel dejected, Terry. As I said, we had a taste of glory. There was hope in the first 10 minutes of the game, and I really thought that we could pull off a result. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he scored really early on, and I thought surely we can keep it. I barely sat down in my seat, and Firmino had equalised, and then I lifted my head out of my hands, and we were 2-1 down. And just like that, the game switched.
Gone.
It was gone, out of our hands. And
did you think, I did my preview earlier on this morning, and I personally felt that what happened was a dot on the cards. I felt with your form, your defensive issues at Arsenal, the fact that Ozil has been basically told that he's no longer welcome at the football club. Whether he's been told that in so many words or not, your best, the most creative players going. It feels like a little bit of a rough patch for Emery and the team. You then compare that to Liverpool. Best form under Jurgen Klopp. The best start to a league campaign I think they have ever had in their history. They've got Spurs and they've got Man City crumbling at the waysides, all because of the quality and pressure that Liverpool are applying. You put the contrast of both you and Liverpool together. Did you see anything other than a drumming today at the hands of Liverpool?
The only fans I know that said we weren't going to get battered today were Manchester United fans. Now, I don't know if there's anything to read into that, but all Arsenal fans I spoke to knew that that we could have got absolutely smashed, and that's what happened. And I'm worried because we've got a tough run of fixtures, and we could see ourselves fall out of the top 4 race after we play City, who have to win, and Chelsea, who also have to win in order to consolidate their top 4.
Talk to
ambitions.
me about performance today, though, in terms of the game. You go 1-0 up, very good play from Iwobi, good finish by Maitland-Niles. What went wrong, though? Subsequently, within a few minutes, you're 2-1 down. Is this the lack of quality players for you, or is this because Unai Emery hasn't found a defensive structure that works yet?
Yeah, I think it's a defensive structure that doesn't work. You've got wing backs that are flying up, and anybody who plays football will know that. Well, one of the first things you're taught is that if one wing back goes, the other one stays. But ours both seem to push high up the pitch without enough adequate protection backwards. But I think it's just the basics of defending. go through him. When Firmino's trying to like dance his way through, just take him out, clean him out. How can he just be walking and dazzling through the defence? I don't like to see that. And any old-fashioned centre back, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Vincent Kompany, they are cleaning him out, and they're not just.
If you're getting beaten, you take.
That's
take
what
the
I
man
mean.
out.
You're not dangling a foot. That's weak.
To put Arsenal's defence into perspective, Man United have been rightfully condemned this year for having a terrible defence.
Yeah.
They've conceded 31 goals.
Yep.
Arsenal have conceded 30.
Cool.
Like that, it shows how bad defensively yourselves are. And of course, I know some gooners will say there's injuries, X, Y, and Z. But you had a summer. You brought in a couple of defenders, and so far, barring some good performances and moments here and there, none of your pre-existing defenders or any of your new defenders have really stepped up to the plate. I mean, in terms of individual performances, they've been pretty poor. You then couple that in with collectively working as a team, as you say, structurally things aren't right.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the most important area now for Unai Emery to focus on? Is getting you strong and stable at the back to stop conceding goals?
Yeah. But it's a tough one because I don't even. You say individually they haven't been great. The only person I can say that can hold his head high is Socrates, and I think he's actually been good and kind of underrated. Lichtsteiner hasn't been what I expected him to be. I thought he was going to help shore up our defence and give us a bit of experience. I don't really think he's been that good. From Juventus.
But doesn't it
on a free?
Yeah, but do you know what happens? The reason I thought it was Juve, I just wanted to get clarification. What can sometimes happen when you're someone like Lichtsteiner at Juventus is you're at such a great team with such great players around you, you kind of get carried a little bit because you're surrounded by quality. He comes to Arsenal, and barring your two attacking players, Lacazette and Aubameyang could probably push to get into a team like that. They are of that ilk and that quality. Nobody else in your Arsenal squad gets anywhere near the Juve squad. So suddenly you go from being potentially someone being carried and protected to suddenly having average elite level football players.
Is that what we're talking about Arsenal now, though? Are Arsenal an average
average elite level? So I'm not comparing.
No.
I'm comparing it to League Two sides.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
If you look at Arsenal, look, you're doing. Look at the elite level teams. You're currently 5th in the Premier League.
Yeah. For
me, within another 4 or 5 games, you'll be behind Manchester United. You're bottom of the elite level pile in the UK.
And you think that's down to the fact that our players aren't good enough? Literally,
a big sector of it is that. Yeah, a big sector is. You've got to ask yourself this question all the time: how many of your players in your squad with other elite level sides across Europe want to buy? 4 or 5. You've got a squad of 23. When you go through the other elite level teams, go through the Liverpool squad, City. Go through Chelsea, go through Bayern, Juve, all the elite level teams. How many of their squad would you be happy if your team signed?
I can't lie to you, not many.
Nah.
Not many, bro.
Nah, bro.
Come on, man. Let's be serious. Like, even does James Milner walk into any elite level side in like many elite level sides? Or Wijnaldum, Henderson, they don't walk into another team in Europe, elite team. Maybe they'll make up the 23-man squad, but they're not walking into a starting 11.
I get that, but I'm talking that they will all have more than what I believe Arsenal will. And that's what. So and what I'm saying is, you can afford to have a Lichtsteiner, you can afford to have a Socrates, you can afford to have these players, but you need quality around them. If you go back and go for the great Arsenal sides that you had, there were individual players that were good. They were average elite level players, but they were surrounded by Perez and Henry and Bergkamp, Sol Campbell. They had world-class quality around them that elevated their game. If you took those guys, you've always seen it. It's easy for me to speak about my club, but you've seen what happens when those average players leave and go elsewhere. So when Wes Brown and John O'Shea left Manchester United, they weren't like the best players suddenly at Sunderland. They just went, they're pretty average. And when they didn't have world-class ability protecting them and guiding them and supporting them, their flaws were massively highlighted. And I think that Arsenal have a lot of players of that standard. They'd be great, if you had 4 or 5 additional top quality players within your squad and your team. And I do think that plays a fairly big part. Let me ask you this question now as a gooner, though. Real serious question. Top 4, do you honestly see is there any hope moving forward?
Terry, it's looking like a myth. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think we might have a game, an FA Cup game before Chelsea and City, but we have to play Chelsea and City within the next couple of weeks, and it's looking peak. Like, really, really peak.
And with what's going on, we are going to jump onto Liverpool in a moment. With what's going on at your club, who do you hold accountable?
I think I look at I want to say Wenger, but that's a bit of a stretch. I think it's...
You can't blame this on
I can't
Wenger.
blame Wenger, but it's like, it's squad. It's the squad building that I think is an issue. The fact that you've got an aging Koscielny, who's our most experienced centre-back, and he had a thing. Then our next most senior centre-back is Mustafi, who's always got mistakes in him. I think that's poor squad planning. And that, I think, can be laid at the feet of Wenger. But then I think Emery, and I'm not blaming him, the fact that he needs time to learn the league, even Pep said it himself, he doesn't understand why we don't have a winter break. So I think him coming here, having to acclimatise to the games that are coming thick and fast, probably didn't have time to adjust and properly plan. Because we look so poor against Brighton. And I think that's a matter of having so many games in a short space of time. So I reckon it's probably a bit of Wenger and a bit of Emery. But I don't blame Emery as such. I think he just needs to learn, take this L and turn it into a win next time.
No, I do appreciate that. Javerne, thanks for capturing that, mate. What we're going to do, we're going to jump into a few of your phone calls now on 0203 606 0315. And then after those calls, we're going to jump into another subject and talk about Liverpool and have they today basically just won the league. But let's jump into some calls. Let's see what some of you fans have got to say. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name is Victor.
Hello, Victor. Who do you support, mate?
I'm a United fan.
Okay, you've just watched Liverpool absolutely destroy Arsenal. What was your view and opinions of the game?
Yeah, I saw the first minute or the first 10 minutes. Arsenal controlled the game. They were in the game, and when the Mark scored, I thought, okay, Arsenal could at least get a result out of this, but they just capitulated. And yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? They just need to get a new defender, and I think Emery needs to embed Lacazette more in the team. Because without Lacazette, Aubameyang is redundant. He doesn't offer anything. So
without Lacazette, bro, you have to stop this. You actually have to stop. There's so many fans that keep saying this, that Aubameyang doesn't offer anything if he's not scoring goals, and I think it has to stop. This agenda needs to die today.
This is not about agenda. You need to watch the game.
I did.
Give me one game Aubameyang.
There's a TV right there. I did watch it.
That it was very effective.
Say that again.
Can you mention a game or mention 5 games this season where Aubameyang was effective without Lacazette?
I mean, you'd have to give me some time.
5 games.
Because I feel the fact is, you started off saying 1 and then realised that was a stupid thing to say, and then you've changed it to 5.
No,
so I think 5 is a bit ridiculous to get me to do on air off the top of my head. So we're not going to do that.
Him not having Aubameyang, I'm not saying Aubameyang is a bad striker. It's just that it's not working in the system. Emery is playing without Lacazette. It's either he embeds Ozil in the team, but Ozil apparently is out of the team. But somehow then has to be some link-up play with to get Aubameyang more in the play, or else Arsenal are not getting goals, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, I really appreciate your call, mate. Thank you very, very much. I think, look, I get his point, but it's almost a case of that's down to the manager.
Oh, I'm so rattled.
I'm
so rattled.
Look, for me, I understand the guy's point. Let's ask some of the fans out there. How does Unai Emery get more out of Aubameyang and Lacazette? What formation does he play? What system does he play? Who drops out of the side? Arsenal fans, give us a call. 0203 606 0315. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
It's David Hoyle.
Oh.
Hello, David Hoyle. Who do you support, mate?
Arsenal.
I actually support Chelsea.
Okay, what's on your mind about this game? Arsenal have just been touched. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, seriously, I mean, Liverpool, if I've got to be honest, I think they've already won the title. And I know it's just early to say that, but really, I think they really won the title already. I mean, the way they've been playing for these last few months, they've been smashing teams open. I mean, they've been beating teams like 4-0, 5-1. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, David.
Yeah, of course. And do you see Man City or Spurs? Is anybody going to catch them, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, I think out of these 3 teams, I think it's got to be between Liverpool and City now, because I really can't see Spurs actually coming in as title contenders. I mean, Chelsea, they might come in, but I think it will be between Chelsea. I think it will be between Man City and Liverpool.
I get that. And have Liverpool surprised you as a neutral fan to this? Have they surprised you with how good and how consistent they have been?
Yeah, they've definitely surprised me. I mean, if we look, when Jurgen Klopp first came in, I was thinking, right, here's another manager who's not going to do well at Liverpool. But I mean, he completely surprised me with the way he got those Liverpool players playing this season and last season. I think I was totally wrong. I misjudged him. I really did when he first came in, and now I think he's showing the Premier League and big sides like Man City, Spurs, and Chelsea just how good he can be.
Mate, really appreciate your call. Thank you very much. Take care. Cheers, my man. Thank you.
He sounded genuinely surprised. Like, that is the most authentic call I've ever heard.
Like, his voice, he's like, I'm just so surprised. He actually speaks like this in real life. He's like, hello, really? But I'm so surprised.
I'm just so surprised.
Yeah. I think we've got a couple of gooners that are ready to come on the air.
Javern said something in the comments, though, I think.
Javern always whispers stuff in the ears. I very rarely hear him. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Arjun.
Hello, Arjan. Who do you support, mate?
I support Arsenal.
Good, Arjan.
I think isn't this the guy that's usually depressed?
Yeah, this guy. You actually sound chirpy. Did you expect to get slapped today? Are you surprised by this result?
Well, I was watching the match with my dad, and I said, like, I'm not expecting anything. Like, I know we're going to lose, but at least you can put some fight into it. And when the lineups came out and he said, like, Lacazette was on the bench, I'm like, Emery's got this wrong. Lacazette could score a hat-trick the weekend before, and he'd still get benched. I don't know what it is, because it won't be. Fair enough, he did well today, but every weekend, most of the weekends, he's poor. He doesn't have an end product. He runs with the ball well, but he doesn't have an end product. Ramsey was poor today as well. I thought he was poor. He didn't make enough runs. He was playing in a more attacking position than he normally does, and he just didn't do that well for me.
I get that. Well, I suppose the question I would ask is, very rarely does he start Lacazette and Aubameyang together. He's been opting more for Aubameyang due to the amount of goals that he scores. There must be, in fairness to Emery, there must be something he is seeing or something in his vision that you're not. What do you think, if you're going to try and be fair and give an explanation for it, what do you think the reasons are behind starting Lacazette on the bench? What are the reasons for it?
Maybe Aubameyang can himself and he can run in behind the defence instead of like taking it in turns with Lacazette. But I think whenever Lacazette and Aubameyang play up front together, or Aubameyang plays just behind him, they play well because they will link up well, do passes. Aubameyang goes more out to the wing and they play it in. I mean, we've seen it in a few matches and it seems to be going well. I think against big teams like this, we have your big strikers, Aubameyang and Lacazette. You should play them up front. You should take that gamble. Even if you don't have any like subs, like how we use Lacazette today, we should still take that gamble and see what happens.
Fair enough. You still think Unai Emery is the right man for the job?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh, good. Cheers, mate. Thank you for your call.
I couldn't disagree more.
Really?
I couldn't disagree more.
Well, in what way?
Like, oh.
Don't. You disagree with that guy, yeah? See, this is why we need you mic'd up, bro.
Yeah, I disagree because, like, I know you hate this saying, but football has changed. You can't play. I don't know many teams, elite teams, that play a 4-4-2 that accommodates two strikers because you're going to lose a midfield battle.
On that point, I understand how football has changed because it's, as you say, you lose the midfield battle, so I understand that point. The only system that's going to see both of them play together through the middle is 3-5-2.
That's it.
That's the only way it can work. But do you have the players for that? It might take a little bit of time, absolutely. I get that completely. By the way, everyone tuning in, I know there's people watching on the UFF, the United, the Football Terrace, and of course, And of course, AFTV. Do us a massive favour. I mean, speaking sincerely, please hit that like button. And on top of that, please hit the share button as well. Share this on Facebook, Twitter, your Google Plus accounts, whatever social media you use. Please share this. Get some of your friends and family to tune in to watching us as well. A massive way that you can support us here.
What happened to football flow?
Huh?
Football flow.
That's gone, blood. That's gone. Yeah. There's a thing here. It says, Terry, I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously, but Emre does not deserve any heat. It's his first year. We gave Klopp 4 years. Give the man a damn chance. You plastic Arsenal fans.
Hey?
I think he's talking to the Arsenal fans.
Okay, I was going to say, listen, that is the first ever sensible Liverpool fan I've met in my life. Give that man an OBE.
An OBE?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Give him it.
There we go. Let's do one more call, then we're going to jump onto the Liverpool subject. Let's put one more call through, please. J-Ron. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name is Callum.
Hello, Callum. Who do you support, bruv?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Can you do me a favour? Can you turn the device down in the background, please?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Okay, now?
Yeah. Tell me your views and opinions on that game. Beaten 5-1 by Liverpool. Do you feel embarrassed? Did you expect it? What's going through your mind?
I'm not embarrassed. Congratulations to Liverpool for us. It was a good game. They won fair and square. Can't complain about that. I think the problem with Arsenal is our defense in general. I don't think we have a lot of defensive issues. The players are not good enough. First of all, we need to accept that. We need to stop kidding ourselves. A lot of those defenders will not make it into any top team. That's a fact. Some of them are they're old enough. They're too old to even be playing football at the top elite level. So we need to change some of our defenders. We need to buy some new ones. But I think money is the issue as well. I think it's not easy said, we need to change. Is the club willing to spend the money as well? That's another question we need to ask ourselves. I don't think Arsenal as a business, they want to spend money on buying good defenders. So we're always going to have that issue of defensive issue. For the past 10 years, it's been defensive issues. Whether it's a new manager, a different manager, we're always going to have that problem.
Well, the issue that you've got is that you bought Socrates, who I think is a good level defender, Lichtsteiner, who is clearly well past his best, and you're linked with someone this January, and it's Gary Cahill.
I think that's BS, though, man.
Yeah, but you would have.
How can Arsenal be linked with Gary Cahill?
Well, because you don't spend any money.
Impossible.
He's available for next to nothing.
I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe that.
I would not be shocked if we were linked to Gary Cahill. To be honest with you, I'm an Arsenal supporter all my life. I'm only 29-year-old now. But the thing is, gone are the days of where we make big signings anymore. We don't make any more big signings. You'll be an Arsenal fan if you're kidding yourself. When are the last couple of big signings? Even when it comes to defensive players, we don't make those big signings anymore. As much as I like Socrates, it's not a big signing. It's a defense.
Fair. I'll give you that.
Defensively, but Aubameyang and Lacazette were big signings.
Huge.
And they were only a year or so ago.
Yeah, we all know Lacazette wasn't going to come to Arsenal. It wasn't going to come to Arsenal if that wasn't an issue with Atletico Madrid. So we were second choice on his list. That's a fact. Right. Aubameyang is only probably there because he's getting old and he wants to make a bit of money. I'm not taking that away from him, but he's 29-year-old. He's not a young spring chicken, is it? So, and Lacazette wasn't going to come to Arsenal anyway. So I think when we say we got those big signings, yes, they came at the end of the day, but was they ever going to come to Arsenal as their first destination?
Probably not. You're right.
Really. So you have to be honest with
yourself. So then what do we do? What do we do? You're telling me these big players don't want to come to Arsenal, but we need defensive reinforcements. What the hell do we do?
Gary Cahill.
The thing is, I think, first of all, we need to try our best to get into the top 4 to try and lure these players. And we need to start spending the money as well. You know what? Football is about money now. As much as I'm a die-hard fan, football is about money. A lot of these players want money. And I don't blame them. That's the culture of the game they play. You have to get them the money. If you're willing to pay that much cash to have them, trust me, a lot of these guys don't have no self-respect for themselves. They will come for the money. And that's the truth. If you're willing to give them the money, they will come. Man United have Pogba that was in the Europa League. People keep forgetting that. Money will make players come if you're willing to pay them what they want.
Well, you know what?
That's the reality.
Pick up you, man.
Thank you very much for your call, my man. It reminds me of Jerry Maguire. Show me the money.
He's no spring chicken, is it?
The man also said a minute ago, it made me laugh. Why I was laughing is because he said a minute ago, I've been supporting him my whole life. I'm only 29 years old, saying it's young. Yeah. And then like when he talk about footballer who's 29, but I suppose it's a footballer, 29 is older. Yeah. In real terms, you got a long time left. Javern, can you capture this for us, please?
Oh, goddamn.
Look, Gooners out there, Liverpool fans watching, whomever you may be, we need to address this now. I mean, I'm looking at the league table. And Spurs
makes for horrible reading.
Spurs go and get spanked by Wolves today. Touched. There's the word going around. Another clutch moment for Spurs as a team that goes awry. They could have gone within 3 points of the top spot, put pressure on Liverpool, but they bottled it. Absolutely, but 1-0 up as well with 20 minutes to go. They did bottle it. 9 points clear at the top. 10 points in front of City. 9 points in front of Tottenham now. Liverpool are. Can you see anybody, conceivably, can you see any team catching them now with the size of gap that they have got over their rivals?
No Salah. Of course not. Of course I can't. They're winning. They're winning the league. I've said it from the very beginning. From the time these stupid Liverpool fans were on to me saying, you're just trying to increase pressure. Liverpool were always going to win the league this season. And they're doing it. They're not dropping points. They're not going to slip up. City are not going to catch them. They're going to win the league. End of segment.
No, why though? Why can't anybody catch them? You're so sure about it. You've been, in fairness, you've been sure that Liverpool were going to win the league since July. Why though?
Right. So everybody, if you got some money for Christmas, go and buy Pep's book called Pep Continental. And in that book, he dedicates a whole section to flipping Jurgen Klopp's Dortmund, and he speaks about how he was so scared to play them because they exploited spaces in his team, and that made me think, this guy really, really respects the way Jurgen Klopp plays football. Who was the only team that managed to take points and beat Manchester City last season? Jurgen Klopp. I know United did, but I feel like that was just heat of the moment. But Jurgen Klopp did it home and away in the Champions League. He did it in the Premier League as well. And you could probably argue, had Mane not got sent off in that earlier fixture, he would have taken points off him there. I put all of that together, and I thought, realistically, Liverpool are the only team that are even close to City, and they made reinforcements. They bought Fabinho, Keita. They were close to getting Fekir. Virgil van Dijk was looking impressive. They bought Alisson as well. It was a no-brainer for me. No-brainer.
Do you know what? I mean, Liverpool, they're much better than I thought they would be. And what I mean by that is I thought they'd be defensively better. I did not imagine for a single second they would be as solid as they have been. Equally, I expected a dip from City, which has happened, but not without other teams dipping also. So what's happening right now in terms of this current, this chasm of a gap that Liverpool find themselves with, I didn't expect that to happen. I just felt as if Liverpool would, because Liverpool were like scraping some games, they were going behind, they were like winning these little 1-0s, and I thought at some point what's going to happen is they're gonna draw a couple of them and lose one of them. City will win, and then there'll be like a 5-6 point gap, and they will slowly increase that. I don't know if I can say happily to admit I'm wrong, because Liverpool being top of the league is never a happy thought.
I'm so unhappy.
But it's like, I now look back and, you know, my prediction and what I thought would happen hasn't come to fruition. And what I've noticed is that, why I give so much credit to Liverpool, what they have done is they have made Manchester City crumble. Yeah. People speak about Chelsea fans, but no, we unsettled them. And look, what Leicester did and what Crystal Palace did was amazing. But for me, it was down to the fact that City was struggling with the pressure. Yeah. They're struggling with the fact that someone's keeping up with us. Yeah. And I always go back and I refer to, like, you know, maybe like a movie reference or a different sport. But I always remember watching Rocky IV, when Rocky's fighting the big Russian. No one thinks he can beat him. Every punch Rocky's landing on this guy isn't hurting him. He feels like he's invincible, this Russian. And then he gets caught, cuts his eye open, and then suddenly every punch Rocky lands with hurts. It's almost like there's something changing him mentally. Yeah. And I know fighters that feel like that. You know, lots of fighters feel invincible. Then they get sparked in a fight, and then they're actually nervous every time they go in the ring because they realise they can be knocked out. They don't feel as invincible, and it takes something away. And I think the fact that Liverpool have kept up with them, they then went slightly in front of them, and it didn't matter how good or bad they played. It didn't matter. It could be a bit of luck. It could be some brilliance. suddenly like City are looking, oh God, can we maintain our level to keep up with them? And they haven't. They've crumbled. And I think that for me, Liverpool won the league. And I know that people will say, oh, I know there's a long way to go, and Liverpool could crumble, it could fall apart. I just don't think they're going to do it. There's some members of this squad that will remember and have been told about what happened under Brendan Rodgers. I think the club will learn from that. You have Jurgen Klopp, who, yes, there's always a lot of banter that goes around about not winning lots of these cup finals, but he has won league titles in Germany. This guy has experience of winning the league. This guy has experience of staying in front of the elite level team in your league. Dortmund staying in front of Bayern Munich. So that's why, for me, I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind that Jurgen Klopp is going to lead this Liverpool team to their first top flight title in nearly 30 odd years.
I think we have to give credit to Jurgen Klopp as well. Remember when you've mentioned it the other day, he said he could write the book about defending in a couple of pages or chapters or something. And this guy's conceded 8 goals?
Yeah, and I was very critical of him because I felt it was very flippant. I felt like he didn't care. And yeah, it's one of these things in life. Do you know what's good about being wrong is that you learn from it.
Yeah.
And that's why, for me, you get these numpties in this world who never want to admit when they're wrong. And the problem of never admitting when you get something wrong is that there is the possibility that you dismiss the lessons that come out of things. So maybe it's thinking, oh, do you know what? The guy was just saying what he was saying to the cameras to keep his players confident, his players on side, as opposed to doing what other managers have done in the last few years and outing individual players. Yeah, no, my plan for defending is right. I just don't have the people to execute it. My goalkeepers are a problem. They're not saving enough of the shots. What he did is he played, and you go back and hindsight is the most lucrative commodity in the world. If you could bottle hindsight, you'd be a billionaire in an hour if you were selling it. So you go back and you admit where you got things wrong, and it does pain me to say this as a Manchester United fan, but Liverpool right now, I said it towards the beginning of the season, I felt that they were one of the best teams in the world. And right now, they're definitely one of the best teams in the world. They're the best team in the Premier League right now in terms of what they do going forward, because that's starting to click again. And defensively, there isn't a team in England that comes close to them. And if they can continue this run between now and the end of the season, I see no reason why they can't go unbeaten. And again, I'm not saying they're going to go unbeaten, but I see no reason why they can't. I can't see any reason why they can't have great runs in the Champions League, and I can't see any reason why they won't pick up a domestic trophy as well. The scary point is we could be looking at a Liverpool team right now that is capable of winning 2 or 3 major honours this year. Genuinely, they could do that, and it is, and it has to be a scary thought for everybody else in the Premier League, because the one thing that the likes of Liverpool have, as opposed to some of the teams that have generated money in recent times, is that if they can start winning major trophies again, the history of the club, the money at the club, the worldwide fan base will make players stick and stay at the club, and bigger and better players be attracted to coming there. And it won't just be based on money, because the Liverpool Football Club, they've always been an attraction for people, but they haven't won major trophies in the last 30 years, barring one Champions League. If they can start winning them again, they overnight become more desirable to be at than Manchester City and Chelsea, as an example.
Liverpool winning is gonna mess up the whole thing though, because City only bought one player last season, and that was Mahrez. That's a player they've been chasing for a minute. If Liverpool win this league, I don't even want to know the kind of investment that Pep and City are gonna go for next summer. I think
if Pep even stays.
Nah, he'll stay.
I'll put this out to you now, right? If Liverpool win the league and City end up finishing where they are now, say third or second, and they're 9-10 points off, and they don't win the Champions League, I think Pep will walk.
No, he won't.
I think Pep will walk.
Definitely won't. I reckon he relishes the challenge, and he'll look forward to taking down Jurgen Klopp and actually retaining a Premier League title. He's not going to walk. No way. Not this early, anyway.
No, I don't know, man. That'll be his 3rd year. What does he even do? 3 or 4 years at clubs is what he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the 3rd season syndrome that other managers do, but we'll see. I don't think
Pep's going to walk out on the L. Not like that. No Champions League, no Premier League. Nah, he's not going to walk out on the L like that.
Maybe.
No way.
But I'd be happy for him too, because him not being there makes City. They'll be a great team still, but they won't be the powerhouse they are without him. So I hope it does. But there we go. Cool. Let's jump into a call. Let's add a call onto this, please, Javerne. Let's see what people have got to say about Liverpool winning the league. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Yo, Terry, it's Ramon.
Ramon, how you going, brother?
Not too good, bro. Not too good. And you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I mean, you just seen Arsenal get beat. We're talking about Liverpool first briefly. Just, do you think Liverpool have sewn this title up today, or do you still think there's a long way to go?
There's a long way to go, man. There's absolutely no way you can say Liverpool have sewn the title up. I think the reason why, and I hear what you boys have been saying, right? And to an extent, I agree how well Liverpool have been playing. They are one of the best teams in England and in the world. But so Man City. Man City are also one of the best teams in the world right now at the same time. And the issue is that you got two of the best teams in the world fighting that for a league title, and Spurs will come and go. But I think it's between Man City and Liverpool. I said Man City will win the Premier League at the start of the season. At this moment in time, I still think Man City will win it. Thursday's going to have a big part to say. Well, tomorrow will have a big part to say, and then Thursday will have a big part to say on what happens from then. If Liverpool do beat Man City, then I've got to start putting them as favourites if they beat Man City.
What do you mean you have to start putting them as like? Are you sure you're just not trying to save face by saying that Man City are still going to win it? I don't conceivably understand how you.
I'm not saying they will. I just still think they will, because I still watch both teams, and I still see Man City with a level to step up, especially now De Bruyne's back in that team, and Aguero's come back into that team now. Like, as much as Liverpool, Terry said Liverpool can go a season unbeaten. Like, Man City can also go to the end of the season without losing the game. Like, that's how good they are. I'm not saying they will, but that's how good they are.
The one thing of it is, City can't win the league now without Liverpool having a collapse. They has to, as it stands right now. I know they have a game in hand, but you've got to win those. They need right this second. They need an 11-point swing in their favour. Yeah. That is absolutely huge. And the thing for Liverpool is, I mean, if they do throw this now, Liverpool, they can never. Christ. The fans will never live it down, because it's a huge gap that they've got. You remember what it took out of Newcastle fans when they had that big lead over Manchester United and they threw it away. It's a killer of confidence. It's one of those things that could destroy any morale the club has got. The fans could turn a little bit. From your club's point of view, from Arsenal's point of view, though, today, how disappointed were you with the performance and the result from your boys?
Disappointed, yes. Surprised, not really. I mean, we don't have the best record going to Anfield. Obviously under Wenger's reign in the past 7 or 8 years hasn't been great going there. So I wasn't going there expecting anything more than a loss. Maybe I expect us to play a bit better than we did today. Yeah. But we know we're playing against a team that is a level above us. That we knew that going into the game, and so we were kind of dreading, especially the fact that our performances this month haven't been as great as they were for the past couple of months before that. So, or results, should I say, may have not been better. So we're definitely not coming in with high morale. But having said that, you still need your team to go out there and do a job, and Arsenal didn't turn up today at all. Even before we scored, we could have conceded. So, we were kind of on the back foot from the first 5 minutes. Got the goal, and then it's probably one of the worst things we could have done, because Liverpool just switched up his gear and then said, you know what, we're not losing this now. And then, so we had our 2-minute celebration, and then that was it. So, the Arsenal didn't perform. They didn't turn up today at all. No one can hold their head high. I don't. Some people are saying 1 or 2, but for me, no one can hold their head high at a performance like that. Everyone's talking about Aubameyang not getting any touches. 7 touches or whatever. But for me, that's. I look at the team around him. I said, well, why you guys are not providing anything for him? There was no service to him whatsoever. The midfield could barely hang on to the ball the whole game. And for me, January couldn't come any sooner. We need to make some signings in January. Yeah. It's a fact. Our squad is depleted. Bare injuries. Forget even if our whole squad was fit, the squad depth is just dropped. It's dropped massively.
No, mate, I get that completely. Listen, really appreciate your call, mate. We'll chat to you again soon. Cheers, mate.
Cool, mate.
Cheers, mate. See you later on. Bye bye.
Can I just read something really quickly?
Yeah, go on. Keep it going, Javan. All right, cool.
Aubameyang completed 10 passes today, and 6 of those were kickoffs.
Yeah, that's true. But look, we know what Aubameyang. This is the thing. We know what Aubameyang is, and I said this before. When I compare players, I don't look at Aubameyang and say what. Let's compare, say, Aubameyang and Salah. I don't look at them two and go, right, these are all the things that Salah is great at, and because Aubameyang can't do them, he's a worse player. They're different types of individuals. What I look for is, yes, you look at people's skill and mentality and physicality. We look at all these things, but what that all equates to is their efficiency, right, their outputs, and then their consistency as a player. But it is a team sport, and certain individuals can open and create. What you actually need for a team to be successful is you need an Aubameyang with people like Salah's around them, as an example. You know, you're talking about a player that needs people because he's, you know, we all know how great Ian Wright was in the Premier League. We know how brilliant Ruud van Nistelrooy was. But the majority of their goals come through creativity of other people. Now, again, people say football has changed, but players like Aubameyang, players like Ian Wright of old, there's always going to be a space for them in football. But that's where you need to build a team and structure to create opportunities for them to put those moments away. If you don't want a player like that, then there's no point playing him as regularly as he is. Sell him and bring in more players like your Salahs and these individuals. So I get the point today, but the reason that he appears to have a bad game in terms of the statistical stuff people are focusing on is that nobody was getting the ball to him in the positions to score goals. So you're not playing to his strengths. It's one of these crazy things, you know. Like goalies sometimes get a bad rap. Oh yeah, 3 shots and he conceded them all. Yeah, but the defense leaked and they were like 3 golden opportunities to score goals. He was odds on not to save them. It works in reverse, but people don't like to look at things that way. They really, really don't. Let's do, again, massive numbers viewing currently on the Football Terrace, on Arsenal Fan TV, and on UFF. Thank you very, very much for doing that. Again, the best way you can support us, as ever, is hitting that like button and hitting the share button as well on different social medias. It's a massive support to us. It really, really is. We got any more calls, Javan? Let's get a couple more calls on before the end of the show today. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Mark.
Hello, Mark. Who do you support, mate?
Liverpool.
Great. Can you turn down your device in the background?
Yes, mate, yeah.
Top lad. Brilliant. So, your boys absolutely destroyed Arsenal today. Massive gap for you at the top of the league. Are you confident of bringing home your first Premier League title?
Yes, 100%.
400%.
Yeah.
You
Not
think,
100, mate. 400.
So you think? So you think that's it for you now, Liverpool? You're going to win the league. It's your year. Nothing's going to stop you.
How can a top team have a, like you said, Man City will have to get over Liverpool now, 11 points. If you are a top team, you cannot let go 11 to 10 points at the halfway stage. You cannot. You have to. If you are a top team and you have that many points right now, I know they have a game. I know they have to play another game, and it won't be 10 points anymore. But the pressure is on. Tottenham felt the pressure, and they bottled it within about 5 minutes. You know, Man City have felt the pressure. We've been on them all season so far. We've been on them. They've had injuries. Yeah. Everyone has injuries. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal's injuries are fucking insane right now. The defence is terrible. You know, everyone has injuries. We've had injuries. Liverpool have had injuries. Man City have felt the pressure. They lost the last 2. They lost against a Leicester side who lost today against Cardiff. The pressure's on. We are a top side. We will not let that gap go. No way now. No.
Mate, listen, I agree with you. Any top sides don't throw those leagues, that type of lead away. And the thing is, what you'll start to see happening is, yes, that might reduce down to a few points because they win their game in hand. But you're in front of them. Every time you guys play first, that pressure then, and this is what Liverpool have got to do. If they play on a Saturday before City play on a Sunday, they get those 3 points. You increase that gap. And what we've seen from the City side is they don't like pressure in terms of when it comes to the real clutch moments in the Champions League so far under Pep. They've failed. The first season in the Premier League, because they didn't get a massive lead over teams in the first 10 games, they crumbled. Last season, nobody kept up with them after 10, 12 games. They had like a 10-point gap and they were fine. This year, because Liverpool kept up with them, and Chelsea for a little while, the pressure got onto them and they crumbled. And that's the only thing I want to ask you as a Liverpool fan. If you were to throw this lead away and lose the title to City from where you've got it now in your grasp, how embarrassing would that be? And do you think that would damage the relationship between yourselves and Jurgen Klopp?
Do you know when your missus cheats on you and you're pissed off with her and you want to smack her right in the chops, but sometimes, although my missus has never done this to me because I would smack her in the chops, but sometimes you take her back and you say, "All right, I forgive you. You know, let's go again. Let's go again." That's, I think, 90% of the Liverpool fans would feel, and me included. Only Jurgen Klopp, my missus, woohoo! I kick her ass. But no, that's how we feel as Liverpool fans to Jurgen Klopp. He has made us great again. He came to this league and he has just made us great again. It took his time, you know, but he's made us great again. And I think that's what Liverpool fans will do with Klopp. They'll forgive him. But your question, yes, it'll be embarrassing. How embarrassed? I don't want to talk about it.
But you're gonna win the league though, 100%. And your missus, she's safe and well, yes?
Yeah, 100%. I just want to say, because I rung up last week, and then I talked. You mentioned about Aubameyang being the best striker in the league.
I asked whether he was, yes.
You said, we're not on about that subject yet. We've got your number. We'll ring you back, and they will ring me back. And I was going to say then that Mo Salah is the best striker in the league. Now, you're probably going to all, say, whoa, what are you on about? What are you talking about? But he is. This season, he's not played on the right and cut in, into the central and played that right wing forward position. He's played up front. He's played up front. He's now, joint top goal scorer with Aubameyang. He's got, 4 more assists than Aubameyang. He's the ultimate striker. We play up front with Salah now. He's got the most goals in the league, and he's got, more assists than the next guy next to him. He's the ultimate striker. He was shit today. He really was. But what did he still do? And you're all saying he can't perform under the big games. We played Arsenal, a big team. We play Arsenal. He plays shit. He gets 1 assist. He wins us a penalty, and he scores the penalty. He could have scored the second penalty. He gave it to Firmino for his hat-trick. And all the other Liverpool fans out there, I just want to say as well, because obviously I'm on Twitter, all the Liverpool fans at the start of the season when we were only beating Brighton 1-0 and we're only winning 2-1 against this team and, we're not finishing teams off and they're saying, bring Buvac back. It's the Buvac effect. Klopp's always said that Buvac was his brain. Yeah, because Klopp's a respectful guy and he will respect his team around him. Buvac is fuck all. We've got more clean sheets with Klopp at the helm, and we've scored more goals than last season. At the start, we've scored more goals at this stage of the season than we did last season. Fuck you, Buvac. It's all about Klopp. We're going to win the league.
Mate, enjoy your evening. Enjoy your sherbets. Take care. God bless. Very happy and very... This guy... There ain't the time, mate. This guy has to... They have to win the league now for this guy. All right, we're going to do some Arsenal player ratings.
Otherwise his missus is going to get smashed up.
Just got a super chat to do from Only MUFC, who says, no one going to mention the amount of times Salah goes down so easily to get penalties. He's the embarrassment of football. Keep up the good work, Terry and Adam.
Big up you, bro, because I remember I said this and, we know what happened. The rest is history. The rest is history. But it's fine.
What does that mean?
Crystal Palace, I said that Mo Salah dived, and I got...
Oh, you got racially abused?
But it's fine.
You did.
Forget about
That's why Adam's been told to stop doing that. Is this being captured, Adam? Javon? Oh, sorry. Yeah, CFC did a super chat as well, which says Arsenal are the same. Tin Pot Club, top 4 is done. Sorry, CFC, thank you for your super chat. Appreciate it.
Shut up, man.
Arsenal player ratings. I'll let you go through and do them as you're a gooner.
Really?
Leno in goal. What would you give him?
Were any of the goals his fault? Nah. 2, 3. 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Socrates.
3.
Liechtensteiner.
2.
2. Mustafi.
2.5.
Why so low?
Did he play well?
I'm asking you, why so low? Why?
He didn't play well. He was the reason that the first goal was scored. I know it wasn't his fault. It bounced off his chest, but I mean, like as I said, the ball should have been cleared, and he just dangled a foot at Firmino for the second goal. So
okay, I get that.
2.5.
Your captain today in midfield, Aaron Ramsey.
A 2.
Okay. Lucas Torreira.
4.
He was shocking today.
4.
Why are you rating him? It was his fault for one of the goals.
It was. 4.
He was awful in possession. He's been great this season, but how can you rate him at 2 or 3 points higher than the other players?
4.
No, explain yourself.
The reason I rate him higher is because a lot of other players would have hidden. There's a lot of players that would have shirked responsibility, not tried to take on the ball on. Even though he made mistakes, he still did things with the ball that led to the mistake.
Okay.
And I love that in a player.
Okay.
I love that. So I'll give him a 4.
Maitland-Niles.
5.
5.
Yeah, that's fair. 5.
Alex Iwobi.
5.
Okay. Granit Xhaka.
Who?
Xhaka. Your boy. The guy you said is better than Pogba. Remember?
Yeah.
How's that working out?
I think it's fine, to be honest. I think it's odds on. Like let's be honest. Xhaka didn't have a great game today. I have to give him a 3. A 3. How are you gonna ask me why I'm giving the player so low?
How about one touch?
Who's that?
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yeah, he's got to get a little 7.
So,
No, I'm joking. Yeah, he gets a 2.
Okay, let's do the Liverpool starting 11 as well.
Jesus Christ.
Ellison.
Let's give him a 6.
6. Virgil van Dijk.
12. No, I'll give him an 8.
An 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
One of the best centre backs in the world, Dejan Lovren.
I'm gonna give him a 5.
Why 5?
Because he was. He's not out of hope. Because he was the one that Iwobi dribbled past for Arsenal's first goal.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you're backing these things up. That all makes sense. He would walk 500 miles. Andrew Robertson.
Every week, this guy will give you a solid 7 out of 10.
Is that what he was today?
Yeah,
then?
man. He's quality 7.
Okay.
Week in, week out.
Okay. Trent Alexander. Trent, don't chat to him on Snapchat, Arnold.
Jeez. I don't think he was that good, and I think if Iwobi was more lethal, he could have really had him on toast.
Iwobi was having a go at him early on and was getting the better of him.
So I'd probably give him like a 6, but that's being really generous. I can't give him as low as Lovren, but yes, let's say 5.5. I don't think he was great today.
Okay. Fabinho.
He made a couple mistakes early on as well. Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Wijnaldum. The Enigma.
Personally, I don't see what everybody else sees, but I'm going off this game alone, and I'll give him a 6.5.
Okay. Hat-trick man himself, Roberto Firmino. Did he not score a goal in the Premier League till today?
His first flipping goals, Terry.
What would you rate his performance today out of 10?
9.
A 9.
9.
Not a 10. Man got hat-trick, bruv.
Yeah, I have to give him a 10, innit?
What about Sadio Mane?
I'll give him a 9. Yeah, Firmino gets 10, Mane gets 9.
Okay. No, do you know what I was sitting there? I was just thinking about his forehead. That's what I was thinking about. Shaqiri started.
Shaqiri was very good. I'll give Shaqiri a 7.5.
And No Salah. Mo Salah.
He only scored a penalty and he dived. I'll give him a 5.
Do you know Liverpool fans are going to hate you for that?
They hate me already.
They do hate you.
So, what can I do?
They do. They're going to racially abuse you no matter what you say or do.
I'm black, and black don't crack. It's all good, B.
Loads of comments coming through. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in as always. There's a super chat here on AFTV. It says, I like Arsenal a lot, but levels were shown today. This is very true. Levels were shown today, no doubt about it. They all got touched. I don't know why that word. I don't even know.
It was your brother. It was your brother.
Yeah, my brother phones me up. My brother's in Morocco on holiday, and he's like, "Bruv, what?" He goes, he's a Liverpool fan. He's like, I was at the bar, we were losing. I had to go to the. I think he said I had to go to the bathroom. I come back, we were winning 2-1. And then he said the even funniest bit is, and then I went to the bar. The bar weren't serving the drink my missus want. I had to go to the bar downstairs where they didn't have the football on. I come back upstairs and it's 4-1. He missed all the goals in the first half. Yeah, but there we go. These things happen. Listen, hang on a second. No, Terry, we won't abuse Adam because we know he's a delusional arsewipe supporter. So, okay. So you won't abuse him, but you abuse him in that sentence.
Yeah.
Like some of you are really, really dumb. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Take care of yourselves. God bless. We're back tomorrow. More FanPark Live. The mighty Man United take on Bournemouth. Take care. Good night. God bless. Well done, Liverpool. They're going to win the bloody league.
He's pissed off every single person in that team.
Can you see the thugs of North London have come?
Nah, my name was Trooper. My mum called me Troops.
I stopped playing football because I had to take care for my father.
Why is he talking? This guy, they want to fight him in the ring.
He gonna put me on my arse, I'll fucking absolutely annihilate him. I'll send him out on the stand if he puts me on my arse. No chance. Oh, sorry, Flex.
I just don't want to hear any bullshit. Don't want to hear nothing. I want to see you on the pitch.
Ross, that looked pretty bad.
Don't move him.
Oh.
Get all your football news as it breaks with Football Flash.